Good morning, everyone. So I woke up this morning with quite a few thoughts on my mind, which isn't uncommon for me if anyone knows me. But the questions are associated around intimate relationships and connections. And the question I have is, why is it so hard to predict intimate connections? And I have a few thoughts on that. I have experienced a few people in this world that they say they know what they want and they articulate what they want, and yet the people that they've been attracted to or have been with actually don't display anything of what they say that they consciously want. I was seeing someone who said that they wanted essentially everything that I was, and yet still didn't want to be with me. And so how can you explain that, or what explains that? And I think there's a twofold answer to that. One, people don't really know what they want. They think they know in their head, but invariably what they're saying that they want is based on what they think they should want, or what is socially acceptable to want. You want someone who's nice and kind and is loving, and yeah, that's all great, but there are a lot of people like that. So what is it specifically about this person that you're attracted to? Because you're not going to fall in love with someone who has a generic trait that everyone else has. It's going to be something specific about that individual that makes you fall for them. And the other proposal that I have to an answer to that is that they're just not attracted to you. And again, it comes down to their heart isn't drawn to you. Their mind might be, because they might think, oh yeah, this person is nice and funny and smart and X, Y, Z, but they still feel nothing towards you, because at the end of the day, what that person wants isn't what they're saying. And I think so many of us actually don't know what we want, because we've been conditioned into thinking, oh, well, no, we should idolize those kinds of things. We should want to be with someone who's nice and funny and blah, 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 blah. But what if you want to be with someone who's an asshole? Because what if that actually reflects how you feel about yourself? And invariably, that's what you'll find, is that in relationships, when people get in relationships, it's not necessarily what they're consciously saying they want, but it's what their heart is saying they want, or what their energy is a vibrational match for. Law of attraction is pretty interesting. Abraham Hicks, if you're interested in reading more, listening to more about that. But yeah, on that, invariably we repeat the same kind of relationships and past relationships patterns, because we focus so much on what we don't want. We don't want our partner to be an asshole, or we don't want to feel unappreciated. But what we end up doing is, because we focus so much on that, that's the energy that we put out into the universe, and that's the energy that we get back. So imagine if we actually started to focus and listen to what we really want. Like I consciously say in my head, oh, I want things to be easy, but I know myself, and I'm a Gemini, and I like a challenge. So what my heart really wants is something that is a little bit challenging, that has that stimulation. But that's a matter of, quieting down what this head is saying and actually listening to what your heart is saying. So the question that I have for you is, what do you really want? Shut all of this off, shut all of the judgment off, and get into what your heart really wants. That's all that I have for today. So I'm sure I'll have more thoughts on this later, but I'd love to hear your opinions on this topic. And if you have any more questions, feel free to post them. Thanks.